Dear Bande and fellow Tongsius, my name is Siwan, born and raised in Malaysia, but now based in Canada. I would love to share my 2026 start of the year reflection with all of you. Looking back at 2025, one word that keeps coming to my mind is autopilot. Much of the year felt unintentional. Even when I had moments of clarity or motivation, they rarely lasted. It felt like being in a kayak, drifting down a river without paddles. Wherever the current took me, that was where I went. Because of this, many of my actions throughout the year were reactive rather than proactive. I only started addressing issues once their consequences became visible. When I noticed my body gaining weight or my blood pressure increasing, only then did I begin exercising more and eating better. Change did happen, but it came from reacting to discomfort rather than acting with foresight. I also saw how strongly I was attached to comfort. Even when I knew I could push myself, I often turned back once things became difficult. At times, I didn't even need to experience the difficulty. I would think myself out of it before it even began. Comfort quietly became the default, while growth felt optional. This is the first time I have properly committed to a full reflection at the start of the year, looking honestly at the past, setting intentions for the future, and thinking not only about what I want to accomplish, but how I want to live. Going through this process has not been easy. There's a real fear that comes with setting goals that feel large and daunting. But I'm beginning to see that when a goal feels intimidating, it often means that there's something meaningful on the other side. The fear may be pointing towards growth rather than warning me away from it. Through reflection, I also realized how often my life has been led by emotions. I'm tired becomes a reason to skip the gym. This tastes so good becomes an excuse to overindulge. Logically, I often know the right path forward, yet emotions frequently override action. Recently, I learned that emotions themselves are not the problem. They exist to keep us comfortable and safe. When we step into unfamiliar territory, feelings like fear, resistance, and avoidance naturally arise. These responses make sense. The challenge is learning not to let these emotions dictate my decisions when I already understand the long-term benefits of moving forward. What I want to practice is acknowledging these feelings without surrendering to them, recognizing that discomfort does not always mean danger. I want to lead my life intentionally rather than allowing feelings to lead it for me. This intention applies to every goal that I have set for 2026, whether it's related to health, fitness, career, self growth, or communication. I realize now that intention is what ties everything together. Writing goals down means very little if there's no intention behind it. Without intention, I might push myself for a month or two, but resistance will slowly build and motivation will fade. With intention, grounded in an honest understanding of why these goals matter and who I want to become by the end of 2026, the drive becomes steadier and more sustainable. Living without intention in the past has often felt like coming home without a plan. defaulting to whatever that's the easiest in the moment, reaching for my phone, scrolling through social media, watching videos that leave no lasting impression. None of these moments are harmful on their own, but over time they accumulate and shape a life that drifts away rather than moves with purpose. I also understand that consistency and growth will not be smooth. There will definitely be days when I miss a habit or make a mistake. What matters is not turning those moments into something bigger than they are. One mistake does not define failure. The real work is understanding why it happened, learning from it, adjusting, and continuing forward. Growth comes from returning to intention, not from guilt or self judgment. By the end of 2026, I want to become someone who takes accountability for the choices I make, lives with intention rather than reaction, and becomes someone others can rely on. I want to be confident in my thoughts, my words, and my actions. More than external achievement, this is about alignment, about living in a way that feels honest, deliberate, and grounded. And if I can do that, then I believe that 2026 will not just be a year of progress, but a year of real change. Thank you everyone for listening to my reflection. May Bande be happy, healthy, and well, and may everyone be happy, healthy, and well. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.